What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to yet another video. So today I just wanted to kind of make a quick video about the story of what got me interested in precious metals. Who got me interested into it, what convinced me to start buying these, and I also kind of wanted to show off a little bit of the stash that I've gotten. You guys can see a little bit of that here in front of you. So if you guys haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button if you guys want to support the channel and so you guys can see some future content about precious metals in general. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, well, let's go ahead and start with, how did I discover this? Well, was there anybody in particular? Was it a certain situation that got me into it? So when I started my journey with precious metals, it started back in 2021. So it's been almost 4 years now. And during the whole COVID pandemic is what really kind of started it. I don't know if other people have gotten into it like I did in this way, but for me, there was kind of two things. One person got me interested in it, and the second person convinced me for it. So there's two people involved that I was listening to. It was a couple like podcasts, YouTube videos, and stuff like that. So the first one was I actually got interested in precious metals from Robert Kiyosaki. He was always talking about he talked a lot about, people working for a job. I know he's focused on that type of stuff, but he also was talking about, why gold and silver is the real deal. It's the real money. And so that kind of got things turning for me. And, I started kind of going down the rabbit hole and watching his videos regarding it. And then I kind of came across Peter Schiff, and I started listening to his podcast around that time. And when he was talking about all the money printing and everything that was going on, and that inflation was going to take off, and he did say that inflation was going to take off in 2021, and then shortly after, like literally in 2022, 2023, we saw that 9% inflation that we were all talking about and that we all saw. So, it's just, for me, like Robert got me interested in it, but Peter really kind of sold me on the value behind precious metals. And like a lot of us stackers, we buy these precious metals because we think that the dollar is being devalued at a rate that isn't good, and we want to store the value of our money as much as we can. And that's really what these precious metals do. The reason why I got into silver first was because, quite frankly, it's cheap. I mean, my very first purchase of silver, I think I bought on JM Bullion back in 2021. I think it was, I'll put it up on the screen here, but it was for I think I bought 10 coins of the American Silver Eagle for like almost $400. So that was like my very, very first purchase. And that was back in May of 2021. And then pretty much I bought I bought two purchases. I bought the 10 American Silver Eagles, and then I bought a 10-ounce bar and a couple more Eagles along with that. I'll put all that up on the screen so you guys can see the screenshots of the receipts and everything. But that was basically what got me started into it. And then I actually did buy my first ounce of gold as well shortly after, about like a month after. So, again, to start with this whole who got me interested and what got me interested in it, it was really Robert Kiyosaki and Peter Schiff. They really kind of sold it in for me. And I know that I don't know what other people usually, how they get into it, but for me, those were the two people that really kind of got it started for me. Now, one of the things that I will mention when I first got into my very first purchase, I bought these kind of on a FOMO or like a fear-based mentality. Now, it wasn't because any one of the two were saying you need to buy this or the world's going to end. I mean, I think we see a lot of that already. But the reason why I purchased it was because in my mind, I convinced myself that there was going to be a crisis, a financial crisis ahead. And so I felt in some sort of way that I needed to get caught up on having a stack of some sort. So that's why I purchased a lot of silver, and I actually bought my first ounce of gold, and I was buying a lot. I was probably buying like $400 or $500 worth of silver every single month at one point. So I just had kind of, I got sold into this. Well, I don't want to say I got sold because they didn't sell it that way. I, in my mind, convinced myself that this is going to be the end of the world and that I need to get on a new currency system. So that's kind of what the first purchases were, at least in terms of its intention. Now let's fast forward to 2025 as we are today. The purchases that I've made over the last few years, probably like a lot of people have done, I actually had, unfortunately, to sell them all off. So all the silver that I just mentioned and that 1 ounce gold coin, if you were to combine it all together, the 1 ounce gold coin and the 90, I think I had 92 ounces of silver at the time, I ended up selling them all because of financial difficulties at the time. I'm not going to get into obviously the reasons behind that, but like a lot of people do, we part ways with our silver or gold because of, maybe just financial reasons. And so a lot of that was done in 2022, and even in 2023, I actually got rid of more silver. So I think I don't think I did it last year, but I know in 2023, I had bought silver and within that same year had to sell it again. So I think had I kept everything, I probably would have been at like 100 ounces of silver and I still would have had that 1 ounce gold coin. But unfortunately that stuff does happen. But that's just kind of the story of what happened to the things that I used to have. And the last few years was really just financial difficulties and just having to, as soon as I bought silver, I pretty much immediately sold it again. So that's kind of what happened from 2021 up till 2024. So today, everything that you see here in front of us is what I currently have, with the exception of that Star Privy slab. I forgot to bring that out. But if you look at everything here on the table, if you include that Star Privy slab, I currently own 60.27 ounces of silver. That 0.27 is coming from all the junk silver that you see here, with the quarters, the dimes, and I do actually have a couple war nickels that are in a book. But other than that, this is pretty much the entire stash that I currently own as of right now. So I'm pretty close. I'm probably 2/3 of the way there in terms of silver from where I was at before when I had the 92 ounces that I mentioned previously. But if you were to use today's spot price, the 32.50 as of the day that I'm recording this video, which is February 12th, the value of what I've got is about $2,300 worth of silver. So this is currently where I'm at today with my silver stash, pretty much after having to do a complete reset. Most of the purchases came in 2024, which is from a lot of the videos that you guys, if you've been following this channel, you guys have been seeing a lot of the unboxing and the, I guess the silver being used for display in other videos. But the American Silver Eagles were recently new. I think already forgot when I purchased it. I know it was like last month, or I think it was this month or last month I got them. So the American Silver Eagles are new to the stash for 2025. They are the first purchase. But in terms of 2024, if you take those out of the equation, then you can kind of guess and visually see what exactly it is that I have left over. So that's where I currently stand as of today. I have 60.27 ounces of silver, and I'm hoping in 2025 I can double that. So what's my goal for 2025? Well, I think using the 60 ounces that we had before is a good start. So I think let's double it. I think my goal is to get 120 ounces of silver by the end of 2025. So I'm able to make monthly purchases on silver as of right now. So I think I can get another 60 because we got 60 ounces pretty much within a year last year. And to be quite honest, I didn't really put as much effort into buying them as I probably will this year. So, but nonetheless, I think I'm gonna, again, like I mentioned in I don't think it was the previous video. I think it was maybe a couple videos ago. I mentioned a strategy change. So typically what I've always done is try to buy silver at the lowest premium possible, regardless of whatever it was. But I wasn't too happy with the options that I was seeing in terms of what that lowest premium was. So like the Philharmonics, the 10-ounce bars, I'm probably going to steer away from those a little bit more. But I really want to focus on the Buffalo Rounds, the American Silver Eagles, maybe some Maple Leafs, and some junk silver. I think that's what I really want to focus on because I'm willing to take a little bit more premium on than I was last year. Because last year I was always trying to get it down to like the lowest premium possible, which I think we always want to do anyway. But I think I'm going to maybe just bite the bullet just a little bit more and just buy into some of those premiums that, maybe are just $2 versus trying to find the 49-cent premium or something like that. So that's kind of what my goal is for 2025. I want to have 120 ounces of silver on hand, and I don't know if I'm going to exchange it for gold yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But that's my goal for 2025, is to get 120 ounces of silver. So with all that being said, that's just kind of the story about how I got into it and what's happened to my stash over the years. So it's been fun, but I also didn't enjoy getting rid of half of the stash at one point. So, but starting over happens. But yeah, I'd love to hear in the comments down below what you guys got interested into silver. Like, how did you guys get into it? Was it someone specifically? Was it a certain event that happened in your life? Go ahead and put that in the comments down below. And I think that's going to do it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.